let me tell you about some cool New Zealand made kit. Hey guys, so today we've got the Boneface joint venture project. This is actually a collaboration, so this is between Boneface and Hot Federation, two New Zealand companies based in different parts of the country. And this is what they call a smash pale ale. As always, pretty cool graphics. Obviously it's in a can. This one is quite cold, so it's going to taste pretty good, I think. See if we give it a whirl. That's really tasty. I like that a lot. It's just really easy to drink, good flavour going on. Yeah, that's cool. And it's cool to see two companies coming together to create a pretty cool beer. Speaking of cool companies, we've got a new brand in store, Flask Dry. So these guys here, what you see, they are for, looking after cleaning your bladder or your soft flask. How these guys came to the industry, so two fellas that were getting frustrated at not being able to dry their bladder or soft flask properly. They came up with this really genius idea on how to do it so you could travel with it, put it in your kitchen, that kind of thing. Normally, what I would do is I would go, I'm going to wash this because you're going to have sugary stuff. When you put electrolytes in, there's always particles that kind of linger. And so you get warm soapy water and you put it, pour it in. And then you're going to get your lids and you're going to give it a shake, and then you might squeeze out the nozzle a little bit, and then it's going to dry on your kitchen bench, and all the liquid's going to go everywhere. It's kind of frustrating. Not to mention bladders, they just topple over. So what these guys did is they were pretty clever, and they have a 3D printer, and they came up with the concept of Flask Dry, which is essentially a stand for being able to dry your flask, dry your bladder, and not have it go everywhere. Being able to maintain a little area where it could essentially, all the liquid could pool on the bottom. These are the colors they come in, and they've given us two different designs. So if you're just doing soft flasks, you probably just need to have the two, because most running vests come with two running vests, and then when you're out running, the other one could be dry, you know what I mean. So these guys here are quite clever. You just chuck them on, take them off when they're dry, and then it'll pull in the bottom, and you just empty that out when you need to. Now, they're made from a food grade plastic, so don't worry about that, it's all safe. They're not dishwasher friendly as far as I know, so definitely want to hand wash these guys. That's for more running vests, and then maybe you do take a bladder with you. Maybe you're going for a longer run or a hike, and you're like, actually, I'm going to use a bladder more often, but you still put electrolytes in it, or maybe you don't use electrolytes and you just want to have it clean. This one here it's actually has 4 soft flasks, so you can fit 4 of these on this one. But the idea is that this here comes out, and you can essentially just put the prongs in, put the bladder on, and then it stays nice and upright. Very, very cool. Normally, it flops over. Not such a good thing. Now, the other cool thing is you can take this traveling with you. So, it packs away really, really small. How good's that? So you're doing a race, you're going away, maybe it's the Backyard Ultra, or maybe it's a different race where you have to travel to do it. You could just quite easily store that in your luggage. Really, really small, really compact. It doesn't weigh much. This one here also packs down quite small. And also, if you find yourself maybe a bit short on kitchen space, and you don't always have your bladder and your soft flask out, you could do your system where you clean and dry it, and you just pop it in the cupboard. Pretty clever. Very, very cool. Normally with any bladder or soft flask, the best way to kind of wash it is to get warm soapy water. Dishwasher liquid is kind of the best one. And then you want to kind of fill each item up, give it a bit of a shake, give it a rinse, and then let it dry. And then for the hose, what I normally do is I normally leave it connected to here, and I normally fill the bladder up, and then I flush it through. And that normally works pretty well. And then maybe do a clean cycle where there's just purely water in there, just a few times to run it through nicely. And then obviously you want to make sure you run both with a bit of fresh cold water, just to get rid of any lingering detergent. And then let it dry. Easy as that. So we've got these in store. These are the 3 colours that come in. They are custom ordered, so we'll make sure we've got stock for you guys. But it's really cool to see a New Zealand company, two guys come together, create such a cool product and be able to have it in the store here. So these are in store. Come see them, come check them out. I think you guys need one in your kit.